We've been married for 13 and a half years now, with 4 children. We met at Walmart, where we both worked. When we actually met, I didn't realize it, but I was actually pregnant. We started a friendship first, and when I told Eric I was pregnant, kind of made the friendship deeper but complicated.
She told me she was pregnant, and it didn't really bother me that she was pregnant.
We just weren't sure. I had my daughter and started a relationship.
I just kept like hanging out with her. She was and getting to know her. One Thanksgiving night, and ended up writing her a 3-page letter telling her how I felt about her and that I couldn't get her out of my mind. And a month and a half later, we were engaged. 5 months later, we were married after that.
One of the main struggles that we have had in our marriage from the beginning, struggle with just trusting Eric and trusting that he was going to be faithful to me emotionally, spiritually, physically. Further in the past, I experienced some abuse. I began to struggle with a lot of things, and I didn't understand why. And I realized that I needed to deal with things from the past. It's been really hard because I didn't realize how deep some of the things that I struggled with were. And I was actually able to see a counselor and able to really voice the things that I'd never talked to anybody about before. Realize why I reacted to Eric in certain ways, the way that I did, and why I reacted to my children in certain ways that I did, and why I struggled with my relationship with the Lord in the ways that I did, and why there was such a deep issue with trust with everybody, even God, especially God.
I didn't know how to help her. Growing up myself, my dad was gone a lot because he was serving us in the Navy, and I struggled to know what I was supposed to do.
I came to a point in my life where I didn't understand why, and why did I have to go through that? Or you hear a lot, well, God has a reason for everything that happens. It's not always that simple for the person going through it to take. During our marriage, I found myself getting angry when I expected him to read my mind, and he couldn't. And when I realized that the issues that I had, that I thought were because of Eric, were not because of him, but because of the past that I had struggled with. And I felt like I had an experience where God just told me, just let it go, just give it to me. Since I had decided that I was going to give it to the Lord and move past. If you've ever been a victim of abuse, you understand that the enemy uses that to keep you in fear, in shame, and in bondage to depression and anxiety. I still struggle with depression. I still struggle with fear and anxiety and shame, but the Lord has just clearly told me that it's done, that it's time to move on. You can be free from, you can move on, and you can know that God loves you and that He's not ashamed of you, and He's not looking down on you for what happened, that He loves you and that He wants you to walk in freedom together as a couple, we have times where we laugh a lot together. Like, I know how to be a better mother to my children. Our communication is a lot better to explain to him what's going on when I am having struggles, and he can better understand what I'm going through.
I've only been saved about 8 years, and I still having to learn a lot for myself. We felt like we were starting to drift apart because we weren't finding a home church. But since we've been coming to Wiley, I feel like my family is starting to come together more.
And our kids really love coming here, and it's very important to us because we want them to grow in the Lord and have a place where they feel they can do that, and it's safe and it's fun. They love it.
But we don't have to fight them to get in the van anymore to go to church.
They get upset if we can't come.
I'm starting to feel the presence of the Lord again. I'm getting to understand it more every day.